Hi, friends. It's been a while. If you are new here, my name is Anna Leonora, and together with my husband, we were foster parents in real life. We are adoptive parents in real life. And here on my channel, From the Fosters, I was doing raising awareness for foster care, and we were doing foster parenting life together until I disappeared for a long time, 8 months, maybe. I don't know. It's been quite a while, probably more than that. Let me think about this for a second. I'll get back to you. We're at almost 10 months, 9 or 10 months since I've posted a video. And I know you all have been wondering where I have been and what is going on in my life. And I just want to let you know that I have made this video probably 12 times or more in the last couple of months. And then I just keep chickening out from posting it. So hopefully this will be the lucky one that I actually get around to posting. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet because, again, I have filmed this video so many times and I just need to give y'all the information. So we're going to get right into it. Where have I been? Whew, buddy, the last time y'all saw me, I was in my house. We had only had the boys adopted for 6 months. Roe v. Wade had just gotten overturned. And there were other things going on in my life at that time that my mental health took a nosedive. And when my mental health took a nosedive, that's my kids' toys falling. When my mental health took a nosedive, the first thing that had to go was YouTube, unfortunately. I do other social media. I also have a day job, and of course I have kids. So there was just so much going on, and YouTube was the first thing that had to go to give me a mental break. So my apologies for that. But anyway, I'm in a much better place. But since then, in that time, my husband and I turned our home that we had been living in for the last 6 years, we turned it into a rental, an income-producing property for us, and we moved into an Airbnb. This is an Airbnb. Excuse the mess behind me. We did move into this Airbnb. We had an 8-month lease on this place, or have an 8-month lease on this place. But because it's an Airbnb, all these cabinets, all the closets are already full of stuff. But because we were going to be here for 8 months, we had to bring a lot of our stuff with us, and there's just no room for it. So it is a mess back here. Apologies. It is what it is. So we have been in an Airbnb on the beach. Actually, I am looking at the ocean right now, which has been wonderful for the last 6 months or so. And it has been amazing living on the beach. We were staying in this Airbnb while we were looking for our next house to buy, which we were hoping would be out here at the beach, which is about 35 to 45, depending on traffic, minutes from where we were living previously. We have been commuting the kids to school, so they've been able to stay in the same school, but we were hoping to buy out here. Unfortunately, living at the beach is very expensive, and we were unable to find something that we could afford that was large enough to accommodate our 2 young kids. So we will be leaving the beach. We did find a house. We have already closed on our house, and it is about a mile, if that, maybe 2 miles max, from our old house. So we have our old house. We have renters in place. We have now our new house, which is in the same school district, so the kids will not have to change schools. And we have to do a couple things to it. We've got to paint and do some things, and then we will be moving into that home, which will have its own dedicated filming space for me, which I'm super excited about. So I will finally have a decent-ish background. Hopefully. We'll see. So we've moved out of one house. We had to put a lot of our stuff in storage. We've been in this Airbnb where we're commuting the kids a really long distance. I have had some really cool things happen with my side business, which is a life coaching business. If you're not aware of that, I do life and relationship coaching. That's really what a lot of my TikTok is focused on. And I've had some really cool opportunities come up with that, where I'm going to be a guest host on a couple of podcasts. So those are in the works. And I also have my corporate day job that I have had a position change at. into a new role that is a brand new role for the company that I am having to help develop. And so that's been really busy. So just between all these work and like figuring our house out, and then of course parenting my children, I have just been so incredibly busy. And unfortunately, YouTube has had to be the thing that was sacrificed in the process. That being said, I need your help with what we're doing with my YouTube now. I'm having a little bit of imposter syndrome, feeling a little odd having a YouTube channel that is focused around fostering when I'm no longer a foster parent. I don't know if we announced that, if I announced that on my channel prior to my departure. But after adopting our boys, one of whom has special needs, we've talked about it before. We've not gone in depth about his special needs, but they are significant. They are significant, but they are invisible. If you look at him, you would have absolutely no idea, but they are significant and they take a lot of time, effort, and energy on our part. It's a lot of appointments. It's just a lot. So we don't feel comfortable having more children. We are done having children, at least for the foreseeable future. So we closed our foster license and we're done fostering. And that doesn't mean that I'm done being an advocate for foster care, advocating for foster care reform, advocating for people becoming foster parents. I will continue to do that. And I will continue to raise awareness for the foster care system. But I feel odd having an entire channel dedicated to that. So then it's like, okay, well, we can dedicate the channel to now transition to adoptive parenting. But honestly, adoptive parenting is just like regular parenting. It's just all parenting. Yes, there are a couple caveats, but not enough to make a whole channel around. So I think instead what I'm going to do, because my videos are still to this day, I'm getting tons and tons of comments on my old videos. I think the information is incredibly important and incredibly valuable, and I don't want it to go anywhere because I want it to remain here for people to have access to for years and years to come. So I'm going to start trying to transition the channel to more of my life coaching, more of my relationship coaching, more of the kinds of stuff that you see on TikTok for me, but also throw in if something's going on in the foster care world, if I think of something adoptive related, I will still do those videos and just post them in the playlist that they are applicable to. But you're going to start seeing some other content for me. It might not be immediate because, again, we have to move within the next couple months. And also, I'm going to be having a major surgery. I have made the decision to have bariatric surgery, gastric bypass specifically, and I'm currently in the process of that, and I will be having that in the next couple of months. So I'm also going to be sharing that journey. I know as somebody who is currently in the process of having bariatric surgery, I find a lot of creators start sharing their journey at the surgery. Like when they've just had the surgery and then they share their journey after that, but not as many people share the journey leading up to the surgery. And so I really wanted to be one of the people who can do that. So you're going to start seeing some content on my page about the things that I'm having to do to prepare leading up to the surgery and about the surgery, but you're also going to see some life and relationship stuff. And I'm just going to have playlists for each. So I have appreciated you all. I know most of you followed me initially for my foster care content, and I love and appreciate you all so much. And the foster stuff isn't going anywhere. As things come up, I will still post videos about it and they will go in their appropriate playlists. So I really hope that you all don't go anywhere. I hope that you continue to just share life with me in general. You all have been so patient with me during my hiatus. And again, I hope that you all continue to be patient with me because, again, I'm preparing for a surgery and we're moving. There's just a lot going on. But I just wanted to come on and kind of explain where we've been. Our whole life has changed in so many different ways. And, you know, fostering and adopting is always going to be near and dear to my heart, at least adopting from foster care. I've done a lot of research on adoption in general, and I've really started looking into a lot of adoptees' stories, and I kind of have some different opinions on private domestic adoption, international adoption, and the adoption industry at this point. But of course, you know, my children, I had no say over their cases. We did support reunification when and where we could, and their cases turned to adoption, and we weren't just going to throw them back into the system. So of course, we love them. We adopted them. They are now ours. It is what it is. But as an adoptive parent, I felt it was my responsibility to really look into adoptees' experiences so that I could be the best adoptive parent that I could be. And so maybe I will make some content about that at some point. So I really hope that you all will still continue to stick around with me, because I do still plan to make foster and adoptive content. It just won't be as regular as it was before, because I am no longer a foster parent. So I am no longer actively in the system and seeing this stuff firsthand for myself as it happens. But that is always going to be part of my advocacy. So it will still be on my page, but you will, if you choose to stick around and stick with me, which I hope you will, because I have grown to love you all so much, that you will start to see some changes on my page. Again, bear with me because I am in the middle of all these big life things, but I am going to start posting. A lot of the bariatric stuff I think is going to be coming out first, because I really am trying to film and post that kind of as stuff happens. And then I will also probably start posting some of my life and relationship content on here as well. At some point in the coming year, I likely will change the name of the channel, because again, my channel will not be 100% focused on foster care anymore. So From the Fosters just might not make sense that much anymore. So I am considering a rebrand, but that is still in the works. And so you might see a name change at some point. But again, I do want all my social medias to be able to match each other. So it would have to be a username that is available also on TikTok and Instagram, so that we can change all of them at once. So you might see a rebrand at some point. For now, it will remain From the Fosters until that rebrand is possible and happens. In the meantime, if you have questions for me, please leave them down below. I'm happy to answer specific questions about where I've been and what's going on if you have them. I just didn't want this video to be too long. But as always, I love and appreciate you all. And I have been seeing your comments over the last couple months. I've tried to respond to some of them. And I felt that you all deserved kind of an update and also a heads up about the changes coming on the channel before I implemented them. I thought I would give you all kind of the heads up so that you didn't feel bamboozled when I start posting about other stuff. Otherwise, I love you all so much, and I hope that you are continuing to shine your light into the world. I hope you all are doing so well, and I can't wait to hear more from you in the coming weeks. Bye.